Well, it's 1831 today on Chuckin Dirt. I only have a couple hours to hunt this location, not much time at all. But I reached out on a local community Facebook page, and this gentleman was nice enough to let me explore his property. So it should be a quick hunt. Hopefully we'll turn up some things. He's found a few things, bottles, horseshoes, those kinds of things. So that's promising. And we're right at the intersection of the main street, so who knows? Maybe we'll find a little something. History awaits. Well, not much turned up at the 1831 house. It's a small lot. May have been hunted before. A lot of iron in the soil, which is good. But all the targets seem to be pretty modern. Little pieces of old cans and, just junk. Lots of pennies, 1 dime, all modern. A couple wheat pennies from the 30s, 40s. Nothing too exciting. Except for one thing. Have a look. I don't know what it is. Okay, so here's the target. And as you can see, so it looks like a clip of some kind. And on this side, you can see a sort of a starburst pattern. You see that there? Like a compass, maybe? There's a rectangle going around the outside edge, and there's a starburst in the center. And then on the binder of it, if you like, you can see sort of a pebbled pattern and a small rectangle. So it's got a little something there. And then here, it's got something really ornate, and I don't know what it is. I can't really see it all that well. Do you see it? Can you make out what that is? I can't. I don't know if it's right side up or upside down. It's interesting, whatever it is. Is that a boat? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'll do some research. We had one cool find then. I'll do some research and we'll see what it is. Today on Chuckin Dirt, we are checking out a home site. According to the property records, it's 1900. According to the owner, it's 1880, approximately. This is my second target, and the last target was just a modern piece of junk. This one has a little depth on it. It looks like a small copper. It might be nothing, but I thought, why not live dig it? Jinx it with a live dig. See it there? I don't see really any identifying marks on it. Now this might just be a memorial, but let's pull it out of there. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I still don't see any identifying marks. You know what? That might be a wheat penny. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're talking wheaty. I think I see a 1 cent. Do you see it? Let's flip it. Yeah, there's a good old Lincoln. Feels like an old Wheatie, though. Hmm. 1921? 1941? Well, it's a Wheatie. So that's a good coin to find. Not super old, but not ordinary either. I'll take it. Any love is good love. Oh, there you go. All right, we're on the board with a Wheatie. A little Wheatie excitement, as they would say on Stealth Diggers. All right. Which, by the way, if you haven't subscribed to Stealth Diggers yet, what are you doing with your life? Go subscribe to Stealth Diggers. All right, I'm going to double check this hole and patch it back up and get back to swinging. See you at the next find. Hello. Well, this little house behind me was pointed out to me by one of my metal detecting friends who drove by and saw the lawn. As you can see, the lawn is all ripped up. The residents of the home have moved on, and the home has been sold, and it is scheduled to be demolished for condos. Now, I'm all for progress. The heartbreaking thing about this is that home was built in the 1700s. That's an ancient home. It's a shame that it's going to be gone, but even so, the fact that it's all torn up, sold, you know, is on the block, that creates a great opportunity for me and for you. We might actually find something really cool here. I called the realtor, spoke to him briefly, and it turns out he's a fan of chucking dirt, so yay! So yeah, he was pretty cool with me being on the property. He said he knows the owner. He doesn't think the owner would care at all. So we're going to get started. And there is a lot of pollution in the soils, a lot of modern junk jumbled in over there, but boy, a 1700 home, that's a real opportunity. So let's go get some. History awaits. Well, it appears that some previous owner has probably regraded this land. And of course it's all turned up, and it does seem to be full of trash, so not sure how that happened. But we did find a relic nonetheless. I'm going to stick with it for a while. Not exactly sure where the property line is, so I don't want to stray too far. But have a look at this relic. Nothing too exciting. We dig a lot of these. Big old metal file. Look at that. There used to be a piece of wood around this, you know, for a handle. And I think this is probably snapped off at some point in the long past. But yeah, there you go. So that's pretty cool. Old piece of history. So like I said, a lot of trash. You can see a lot of these trees are being cut down. This is all going to be condos eventually. So I guess now is the time to get in there and see if we can pull anything out. If I could rescue just one item from the 1700s, I'd be very happy. I don't know how old that file is. You know, it could be that old. It could be 100 years old instead of 200 years old, so hard to tell. But I'm going to stick with it, see what else turns up. Well, it just goes to show you that just because a property is a 1700s property doesn't mean you're going to find old things. Ground's all torn up. It's full of modern trash. I don't know, locals may have used this as a dumping ground for a while. But it's clear the person who used to live here loved to landscape, so they had lots and lots of bird feeders and suet feeders and statues and fountains and you name it, they had it. And they had it all over the property, and it all crumbled into the ground, so now the ground is just full of pieces of brass and steel and copper and bits of wire and just, it's a real nightmare. Not uncovering anything old other than that old file we found. Too bad. Even see, when I'm eyeballing the ground, I don't see very many shards or things like that, stuff that you would expect to see. No coal. There should be coal everywhere. So, you know, the lawn may have been regraded a long time ago or something. You know, you never know. I'll putter around a little bit longer. I did just uncover something kind of interesting. It's not the first time I've dug one of these. But still, it's cool. Have a look. Now, that's not a bale seal, but I guess it's kind of like a bale seal. Serves the same purpose. Department of Weights and Measures, tested and sealed. And then on the back, it's got some letters engraved, which I believe are the town name, or an abbreviation for the town. You can't see much of it. See that? So, I'll clean that up later. That's just made of aluminum. I don't believe that's very old. I've dug a couple of those in the past, I think. I'm sure at least one episode of Chuckin Dirt shows me digging one of those. I'll figure out which one, and I'll put a link, or you know, put an inset somewhere in the picture, like maybe there, that says what episode you can go to if you want to see the last time I dug one of those. But that's made of aluminum. It's not lead, so it's not like an original lead bale seal. But yeah, so I've been eyeballing this dirt while I move around, and I'm not seeing what I would expect to see for a 1700 site. You know, it happens. It happens. But I had a good time. You know, it can't all be amazing sights. I have something lined up for tomorrow, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Alright, well, I'm getting tired. I'm going to putter around for a little bit longer, and then I'll head back to my mom's house and, you know, resume my caretaking duties. So I guess that's it, and if there's another find, I'll see you there. If not, see you at the wrap-up, such as it is. Hello. Well, today on Chuckin' Dirt, we're heading to we're heading to a little house. It's built 1880. It's right in the center of this quaint little town, right across the street from a church. So hopefully, being as it's so close to the center of town, hopefully we'll find something. I'm not sure what's going to happen because I've driven by this house many times and admired it because it's such a beautiful house. But the grounds of the house are incredibly flat and well maintained, and it looks to me like it's been graded, you know. So we'll see. We'll see what's what. Anyway, history awaits. Let's go get some. Well, not a lot of luck in the backyard. Ground there sounds a little bit newer, and also they must have had a yard sale out there at one point because it's just littered with modern coins. They're all right on top, pennies, dimes, that kind of thing. So the homeowner mentioned to me that her kids have little junior detectors they haven't really used yet. So I said, oh, well, this is the perfect place to turn them loose. They'd have a ball out there, so I didn't want to spend too much time out there. I moved into the front, and I think we're going to have a lot more promise here. Have a look. You've seen me dig these before. It's one of my favorite kinds of finds. Sometime 100 years ago or so, someone sat right there on those steps, or some facsimile of those steps, whatever was there at that time, playing this instrument. And those of you who've watched Chuckin' Dirt for a long time will know exactly what this is. You newcomers, I will tell you that this is a harmonica reed plate. This is a brass plate that was inside of the harmonica. The harmonica was, of course, wooden, so it's all rotted away. All that's left is the brass plate. And each one of those holes was for a different note. And there used to be little brass reeds mounted over every hole. 2 reeds, one on top, one on bottom, one for blowing through the harmonica and one for sucking air through it to make different sounds. That's what that was. So sometime here, 100 years ago, someone sat here enjoying their music or entertaining a friend, and then set their harmonica down, maybe to go inside and have dinner, and forgot it. And it waited here ever since for me to find it. Pretty darn neat, huh? All right. So we're on the board with a piece of history. I'm going to go give this to the homeowner, and then we'll get back to this. Well, I'm just working here at the base of this tree. This lovely maple. I don't think it's that old. And I just got this cool little find. Have a look at this. So that is a button. It looks like it's got sort of an opalescent plastic surface. The ring around it looks like brass. Got an iron back, so it's not very old at all. It's, 1900s. Looks like it was part of a snap. So I'm going to say it doesn't go back that far at all. Maybe the 50s to the 60s, something like that. Not sure how it ended up here in the front lawn, but it's a cool little find. I'll take it. Very nice. Hi. Well, we're still working here. The front lawn of this 1880 house. Front lawn sounds older than the back lawn. You already saw the brass harmonica reed plate that we dug. And just had a little coin spill here. Just Wheaties. But it's better than nothing. Have a look. We got 3 Wheaties. They're all from the 1940s, as near as I can tell. Very hard to see the dates, but I think they're all 1940s. And I also dug this little keyhole escutcheon. It's on a very thin plate with a slot. My guess is that this went to maybe a diary or a small box, like a mailbox or a small note card box or something. Wouldn't have been something big, something tiny, but it's just iron. I found this earlier. I didn't find this in the same hole as the Wheaties, but 3 Wheaties in one hole right here at the front of the yard. That's pretty good, huh? Neat. Anyway, I'm getting tuckered, but I got a little bit of lawn left to do, so I'm gonna poke around a little more. Dug a set of keys with a big teddy bear on it. I think it may have belonged to the owner's mother, so she's gonna check and see if it belonged to her. I don't have a use for them, so they're welcome to keep them. I guess that's it. I'll let you know if I find anything else. Well, I've been working for a while. Dug a lot of wheat pennies. And I kept saying to myself, geez, all these wheat pennies, I ought to be able to find a silver dime or an old nickel or something else with all these early date wheat pennies. That finally happened. Have a look. I haven't flipped it over yet, so I don't know what it is. But I can tell it's definitely a silver dime. Yay! We got something now. Hoo-ha! It's definitely a 1 dime on the back there. I have not yet flipped it over. Shall we flip it over? Oh, how lovely! It is a barber dime. You don't see those too often. Very nice. Looks like a 1908. A little dirty. Oh, this will be a job for Chuckin Squirt. Very pretty. All right, let me get the Chuckin Squirt out. Be right with you. Okay, here we go. There you go. That's definitely a 1908. I thought it might be a 1903. But yeah, that looks like a 1908. Lovely. Yeah. Very nice. 1908. Don't really see a minty, but let's check, see if we've got a mint mark. I don't think we do. You see a mint mark there? I don't. Nah. It's just a filly. By which I mean Philadelphia, not a female horse. Cool. How nice is that? There's a beautiful piece of history, 1908. About 28 years after this house was made. Barber dime. Lovely. Well, any day you find silver is a good day. And that, my dear guests, makes this a very good day. being as we are right across the street from this beautiful church and down the street from another beautiful church, I fully expected to find at least one or two religious pendants in this yard. So far, nothing until right now. This is quite lovely. It wasn't very deep, and it certainly isn't very old. It's not made of anything precious. It's heavy. It feels like pewter. Isn't that lovely? Bit of Christian iconography, I believe. That's probably supposed to be the Blessed Mary and the baby Jesus. And there's a signature of some sort there. Looks like M-A-C-A. See it there in the corner? M-A-C-A. And on the back it just says, Made in Italy. Big sticker. Being as it was shallow, it might belong to the homeowner. So of course I'm duty bound to show it to them and see if it's theirs. Maybe they'll let me keep it. I mean, it's kind of cool looking. It would look nice in a Riker mount, but you always got to show the homeowner what you find on their property. Alright, I'm just about done for the day here, I think. We scored a little silver. We found that beautiful old brass harmonica reed plate. Some wheat pennies. Can't really ask for much more than that. It's a beautiful day. Lovely, lovely sunny day. Alright. Whew, well, so it turns out, filthy. Turns out that that little Italian pendant didn't belong to the homeowner. They didn't recognize it. They thought it was pretty, but they didn't recognize it. But the set of keys I found, which, sorry, I didn't get a picture of them. They had a cute teddy bear keychain. Turned out that they belonged to the homeowner's mother, and that she had lost them in the 1980s. So they've been out there for 35, 40 years. I don't think she was expecting to see those again. I was asking her, do you remember what all those keys went to? And she's like, no. She no longer owns the car that those keys go to. But pretty cool, nonetheless. All right. See you on the next hunt. Okay, so here's the target, and as you can see, it looks just like a clip of that's perfect timing. Whoops, derp cam alert.